Hi, I'm Sarah Backhouse, and you're watching Green Tea with Tamara.
Kris Willey, I just want to thank you so much for being the creator and founder of Women of the Green Generation and for putting on such a fabulous conference today, celebrating the 1-year anniversary. Tell us what went behind all the great green women that you gathered, and how did you plan it all?
Oh my gosh, well, it started about 6 months ago. I had the inspiration to do a kind of what I call a mini conference, and it just so happened to be also marking our 1-year anniversary event. So I feel very blessed that I'm so connected with so many wonderful women in the green community who helped pull this event together and get all the sponsors and the speakers and everything on board.
So you had all kinds of panels, from environmental and media to fashion, and what were some of the other exciting topics?
Well, we had green beauty. We had a lot of actually like e-business, entrepreneurial startup, because a lot of women are asking the question, how can I have a successful business that's sustainable and green?
That we're getting, and in a lot of situations, we have a social media team or that staff member will respond in their blog to criticism, to questions that people have, especially on our social board blog. You know, we have more than 150 staff members blogging.
This is one thing we can point to, that we get a lot of attention every time someone gives tips. Now, this goes hand in hand with what Heather was saying in a way about Bosch, about the idea that it's not just look at me, look at my product, because it's very easy for somebody to receive an email and say, okay, I see that, and I've got 12 other, let's say, sorbets that are all natural, that are raw, that have something good about them, but this one wants to tell our readers, this is the type that you should eat because it's going to do these 3 things for you.
It's actually not just about spending a lot of time to put information out. That time is like also really valuable to get information back, right? Like you're learning from other people who are experts, more expert than you, and you're getting feedback from your customer.
What our message is, and package it in a way that it is accessible for everybody and interesting. So we're constantly making it fun, entertaining, and jazzy, because people want to be entertained, they want to be uplifted, they don't want to be beaten over the head with, if the planet's coming to an end and if you don't do this, we're going to die. That's just not going to, everybody's just going to tune that out. So to make it fun, to make it lively, to make it entertaining, and ultimately to leave people inspired, because that's what people want, whether they realize it or not.
How are you going to reconnect to those critical issues? Because when I started, there were 2 to 5 species a day becoming extinct, and now there's 5 to 10 species a day becoming extinct. When are we going to see the coverage of the critical ecological problems with the new green, sustainable, ecological consumer issues?
So one of the things that my husband, he's not here, so he's actually at a men's conference, interestingly. It's called Metal. So I'd much rather be here. But he and I are, we got married inside of the commitment that what we were going to always do was be to take what you just said and make that mainstream. So our marriage and our love and everything we do is inside of a commitment to something beyond us, which makes it easy to not fight about petty things. I'd recommend it to everyone. But we take content like that. Our next film is called Sex and Algae, the first dirty movie about clean energy. And so we're making it entertaining, fun. It's being shot in 3D, and we're taking that very message and we're having it hit home for people.
So really this was part of the inspiration behind that is getting the women who are already into the green movement, and also some who want to get on board, and just to inspire and educate and motivate them in all the various different aspects of health and wellness, community, and green business.
And so with your help today, green is catching on like wildfire, because I talked to some people that they want to become involved. So people can actually join Women of the Green Generation. Is that right?
Yes, they can. They can just go visit the website, womenofgreengeneration.com, and all the information is there. We don't officially have memberships yet, but we do monthly networking meetings, and they're welcome to come and enjoy us and just be part of the community.
Awesome. What were some of the things that you learned today that knocked your socks off?
Oh my gosh, that knocked my everything knocked my socks off, everything. I mean, it's so, every woman that had something to share, and talking about the dolphin.
There's a little bit of denial going on. I mean, when you look at the horror, there was one particular video I saw last night on Facebook where they were cutting open the animals and exposing the colorful pieces of plastic. and these dolphins that were caught up in this net, and this dolphin's lip, and the dolphin was boo-hooing. He was just, he was caught in this net, and it just pulls at my stomach, and I can't do anything about it. And so when you are so frustrated like that, and you see the pain and you feel it in your body, and you can't do anything. What if you can't get on a plane? And what if you can't fly down to Louisiana and you're just in your home and you're watching channel after channel and video after video and you can't do anything? You have to kind of go into a little bit of denial because you'll just fall to pieces. I mean, where do you go to get help for that? And then you try to look for, like I brought this chart with me today. I'm sure like a lot of you may have heard about that book called Power versus Force, right? So it's The Level of Human Consciousness by David Hawkins. And so when you're vibrating down at that level of grief and fear, then you realize that you're contributing to the toxicity of the planet. And I've gotten hung up in that net with that dolphin. And now I'm dying and my energy vibration is going down. And I'm not helping anything. So I do have a little bit of responsibility that I have to, back up from this. And I have to go back and find, where is my joy? Where is my bliss? How can I raise my energy vibration again so that once again I'm contributing to the healing of the planet? So there's a balance there. I mean, you can't totally block out the pain and suffering that's happening, so you have to go there and then, so these are deep questions that I'm contemplating on a daily basis. If the only thing that I can do on a daily basis to contribute to the healing of the planet is to find a little corner of joy and bliss in my life to help elevate my little corner of the world, then that's what I've got to do in spite of all the horror.
Yeah, this is on a very different note, but I would just say briefly that as members of the media or people who are interacting with the media, I mean, there are things that we can do, which is exactly what Rebecca said, and so we feel very hopeless watching videos like that, but we can reduce our plastic consumption, or we can, choose to not use petroleum. So I think it's our job to kind of link those two extremes together. And when you hear about something as extreme as the BP oil spill, I mean, that's something I'm not even going to pretend to understand or tackle, but I can tell you what lipstick to buy, and it sounds silly. No, and I mean, I'm putting it that way, obviously, to exaggerate the point, but there are things that we can do to kind of link those two together.
I think pretty much every woman knocked my socks off today.
Well, Kris, you knock my socks off.
Thank you, Tamara.
You're awesome. Thank you so much for everything you do for the green movement and for women in the green generation.
Oh, thank you. It's really, I feel blessed to be a part of this.
So we're here with my all-time favorite photographer, Tracy Saunders of Artifacts. Am I saying it right?
Artifactions.
Artifactions. See, her name is so razzle-dazzling and so creative, as is she.
Thank you.
And what did you think about today's event?
I'm really inspired. I think there's just so much inspiration. All these leaders coming from all over the place, we're all able to complement information. It's real world information that we can apply to every day. And I'm just really proud to be here amongst the quality of the people. That is just so hard to get in one place, really.
And you are so hard to get because you're here with your beautiful artistic eye, seeing everybody and capturing the moment. And we really need you, Tracy, because not only is she seeing everything with her artistic eye, but she's shining her light. Tracy, you're one of the most positive, happy people in the business that I know. How do you do it?
Thank you. It comes from the gut, it comes from the heart. It's just the DNA ladder, the helix ladder. There's just something so, I can't explain it. It's just, you're born with it. Mm-hmm. You're born with this desire and passion to help the community, to help, first of all, help yourself, of course, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. But honestly, we can see it's just an integral part of growing up and being responsible for what you do on this planet.
We can see. I see you, Tracy. I see you.
You're seeing my soft side.
Thanks for coming out today to the Women of the Green Generation Conference. And you give us hope. And here at Green Tea, that means healing our planet Earth.
I'm never this shy.